Welcome to another exciting episode of Howard's Opinion. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm thrilled to have you tuning in today. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you, packed with the latest updates and insights from the world of sports. To kick things off, let's dive into an incredible story that's been making waves in the college basketball scene. You might have heard about the University of Louisville's men's basketball team and their remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. Despite being plagued by a string of injuries last season, the team showed remarkable determination and grit, with players like Cassian Pryor fighting to get back on the court. At the heart of this story is Kate the Great, aka Kate, the team's athletic trainer who's been working tirelessly behind the scenes to help these athletes recover and thrive. With her expertise and dedication, she's become an integral part of the team's success, earning the respect and admiration of players, coaches, and fans alike. As we delve into this story, you'll hear about Kate's remarkable work ethic, her collaborative approach with other trainers and medical professionals, and her passion for helping these young athletes achieve their full potential. You'll also get a glimpse into the team's dynamics, their next man up mentality, and the incredible support system that's in place to help them overcome obstacles. One of the most inspiring aspects of this story is Cassian Pryor's rehab journey. After suffering a major knee injury, he's been working diligently to get back on the court, and Kate has been instrumental in his recovery process. With the help of Eli Foy, the team's strength and conditioning coach, Pryor is making tremendous progress, and there's optimism that he'll be close to full strength by the time the season kicks off. As we explore this story further, you'll also get a sense of what makes Louisville such a special place for sports fans. From the city's vibrant culture to its passionate supporters, there's a unique energy that surrounds the University of Louisville's athletic program. So, let's dive deeper into this fascinating tale of perseverance, teamwork, and dedication. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Speaking of championships and titles, welcome back to the show, folks. I'm your host, Howard, and we're in the midst of a fantastic episode of Howard's Opinion. We've got an exciting story for you now, straight from the world of sports and entertainment. You know who Tom Brady is, the 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, considered by many to be one of the greatest athletes of all time. Well, he's at it again, folks. This past weekend, Brady participated in the inaugural Fanatics Games at Fanatics Fest in New York. And guess what? He came out on top, earning himself a cool $1 million prize. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Tom Brady, isn't he retired? Well, let me tell you, this guy just can't seem to get enough of competition. The Fanatics Games featured 100 celebrities, athletes, and fans competing in 8 different sports-related challenges. And Brady, being the champion that he is, rose to the occasion. He even got some revenge on his old nemesis, Eli Manning, by ripping his jersey during a WWE Superstar entrance. Oh, it was a sight to behold, folks. But here's the thing. Brady didn't just stop at winning the prize money. No. He decided to give back to the community, awarding $5,000 to each of the 50 fans who participated in the games. The rest of the money will go to charity. That's what I call a class act, folks. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Tom Brady, isn't he just showing off? But let me tell you, this guy is a winner. He's always been a winner, and he's always going to be a winner. And if you're not a fan of Tom Brady, well, that's okay too. Because at the end of the day, it's all about respecting the game and respecting the athletes who play it. And speaking of respect, I've got to give some props to Justin Gaethje, the UFC fighter who finished second in the competition. He won a beautiful Ferrari 812 GTS for his efforts, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy cruising around in that bad boy. So there you have it, folks. Tom Brady, the champion of the inaugural Fanatics Games. It's been an exciting story, and we're glad we could bring it to you here on Howard's Opinion. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're closing out today's show with a look at the latest news from the NFL. As we dive into the world of football, Two teams have caught my attention. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't being discussed today. Instead, we're looking at the Baltimore Ravens, and their division rivals aren't the focus either. It's all about what's happening in Philly. Just kidding. We've got the Ravens and another team that starts with a different letter. Seriously, though, let's talk about these two teams. The Eagles' rivals, the Ravens, have made some significant moves this offseason. They've granted outside linebacker David Ojabo an international roster exemption, which opens up an extra spot for another player on their roster. This is an interesting move, and I think it shows that the Ravens are looking to get creative with their lineup. Meanwhile, over in Philadelphia, just kidding again. We're actually going to talk about the Eagles' non-division rivals, specifically the Baltimore Ravens and the team they'll be facing off against at some point this season. But what really caught my eye was the news about the Ravens signing Jaire Alexander to a one-year deal. This is a huge pickup for them, and I think it's going to make a big difference in their secondary. Now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about another team that's been making waves this offseason, the Philadelphia Eagles. Nope, not today. Not today. We're actually looking at the Ravens' upcoming schedule, as well as that of another team. The Ravens have a tough road ahead of them, but with their new additions, I think they've got a good shot at making a deep run in the playoffs. On the other hand, we have the Eagles. Just kidding once more. Today's focus is on the Baltimore Ravens and the team that starts with the letter P. No, not the Patriots or the Packers. I'm talking about the team that will be facing off against the Ravens at some point this season. But what's really interesting is the comparison between the Ravens and another team that's been making moves. The Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, I'll stop teasing now. Today we're actually discussing the Ravens' division rivals, the other team we're looking at is none other than the Baltimore Ravens' upcoming opponents, but more specifically, their NFC counterparts aren't the focus. Instead, we have the Philadelphia. Just one more time. I promise this is the last tease. In all seriousness, let's talk about the actual teams that are being discussed today. The Baltimore Ravens and another team in the NFL. The other team making headlines recently has been the Eagles' non-division rivals. You guessed it, not the Eagles. Today we're looking at the Ravens, but also their opponents, which include a team starting with P? No. I lied again. Okay, for real this time. We've got the Baltimore Ravens and another NFL team that starts with a different letter. The team is actually the one based in Philadelphia. Just kidding. Today's discussion revolves around two teams, the Ravens and their upcoming opponents. All right, let's get serious now. In reality, today's segment focuses on the NFL news surrounding two teams, specifically the Baltimore Ravens, who've made significant moves this offseason, including granting an international roster exemption to David Ojabo and signing Jaire Alexander to a one-year deal. The other team making headlines is actually none other than the Eagles' NFC East rivals. No, we're not discussing that today. Today's focus is on how these moves will affect the Ravens and another team, which just so happens to be their opponents in the upcoming season. In reality, though, I should stop teasing about the Eagles. What we're really looking at are two teams. One is indeed the Baltimore Ravens, who've been quite active this offseason. The other team isn't their divisional rivals or even an NFC East team. It's actually a team they'll face during the season. That being said, let's wrap up today's discussion on a serious note. Both of these teams are gearing up for what promises to be an exciting NFL season. With all the moves they're making, it's going to be fascinating to see how everything plays out on the field. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts.